Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. You're not gonna let me film. Okay, we'll try again. Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So this is week 11 and week 12 of London Marathon training. I realised I've been a bit slack the last couple of weeks in terms of filming. However, there has been a few things that have been going on. So the last time that I did a video was the big half, which was amazing, a really good experience and really happy with my time. Wasn't 100% effort from me as I was saving myself for the upcoming events, but I managed to do 1 hour and 34 minutes. So about 4.5 minutes off of the PB, but I was pretty happy with that. So what's been going on since? So after the big half, I had a couple of rest days, and at first I was a bit shocked about that. I was actually quite grateful for that because I had a couple of busy days with work, as then on Wednesday we headed off to Cyprus, to Paphos for the Cyprus Marathon. So we had an absolutely blinding week. On Wednesday we arrived, we dumped our bags, and James and I went for a run down to the castle, and lo and behold, there was my banner on the wall, and it was a bit of a surreal situation. On Thursday we then went down again, back down to the castle. We managed to pick up our goodie bags from the expo, and I was asked by Cyprus Marathon to have a picture with the t-shirt, and they used that image as a sort of reveal of the t-shirt colour and what it looked like. James and I then headed to the track and did a track session, and it was unbelievable. We went in the afternoon. I was a bit apprehensive about the heat. However, we did 400s, my favourite. We did 8, I believe, but I was literally flying. I didn't know what was going through my legs at the time, but yeah, I was really, really happy. Then on Friday we had the wine run, which again Cyprus Marathon organised. It was up in the mountains, and it was a bit raining at the start. However, we had a really good morning there. We raced. I managed to become first lady, which was great, and then we got a tour of the winery, and then also got to do some wine tasting. What was after that? So that was Friday. Saturday we then I'll show you along. We went on a short jog around the harbour. I did a talk in the morning at the symposium, and then Sunday was race day. It's the day for the Cyprus Marathon, and we're out for our little shakeout run. But James, Rich, Naomi and Paul, so we've just been at the symposium. It's their first one. Did a little talk. And then we're just heading up to the expo now. We've had a bit unfortunate weather the last few days. It has been raining and sunny. However, the sunshine is now out. It's glorious, and really looking forward to the rest of the time here in Paphos. Here we are at the expo. George, the main man himself. So here you pick up your race numbers. You have the marathon, half marathon, 10k and 5k. We picked ours up yesterday, but yeah. You get a goodie bag. You have some Broadway runners we found. There's not. And we have the course map. So this is the half marathon. Start off at the castle, you go out along the front, then you go a couple of switchbacks. This bit is a long, just a hill back, and then all the way back towards the castle.
It depends on your time. So you start 20 minutes after.
Yeah, and I'm walking. I reckon I'll do it in about 140.
Look, there's the 10k map.
If it's slower than 140, I could catch you.
Okay.
There's the...
Look, there's the 10k map next to it. No, that's the 10k map.
Yeah.
So you go out part of the way that we do, turn around and come back.
You're doing 10k or?
happy. Thumbs up. Wait, done. Oh, well done. In 1:30, 1:48. See you in 2020. As you saw there from the race, I didn't get much footage. I was really focused on the actual race itself, and I have said it before in like race videos, if I'm really focused on the race, then I find it really difficult to get my phone out and film, whether it's down to nerves or just down to faffing around with taking out a phone or whatnot. So the race itself was amazing. I built myself up a bit far too much, if I'm being honest, with the nerves beforehand. I wanted to do a better time than I had done at the big half the week before, because I knew that I hadn't given it full effort, but I knew that the heat might be against us. I didn't realise, but it was actually a lot windier than what I thought it would be, and I'd also just piled a lot of pressure on myself, which was unnecessary. In terms of the actual the race start was phenomenal. The music, the atmosphere was just so good, and it was just so good to see out so many other greens, other Redway runners out there at the same time taking part in their races. And then for me, the actual race itself, I kind of beforehand wanted to get onto the podium. I'm not going to lie about that. However, I know that with every race it all depends on who turns up on the day, because you can only run the fastest that you're able to. However, there might be people out there that are a lot better than you, and you can't try and race someone 10 minutes quicker than what you're capable of. It's just not possible. You just blow up and burn. So when the race started, I had positioned myself quite near to the front, and straight away about 6 ladies went ahead of me, and I ran out like an absolute loon. I was probably running at about a 1:20 half marathon pace. It took about half a kilometre or so for James to come ahead of me and say, "What are you doing?" And I then realised quite quickly that I just had to run my own race. So I held back, I controlled the pace, and the first 3 miles were about at half marathon PB pace. So again, I'd probably gone off a bit too quick. So again, I just tried to dial it back, tried to knock it down a gear, and just try and settle into a steady race pace for me, and just try and enjoy it rather than trying to catch up with the crowd. I'd just seen that there was just no point in actually racing other people, just run my own race. Quite quickly, by about mile 4, I managed to overtake one of the other ladies that was in front. By then, a couple of miles later, another one of the ladies was stopped out on the side of the road. I'm not sure what happened, if she was injured or if she'd just gone out too quickly. And then by about mile 8 or 9, I'd then overtaken another 2 ladies, which meant that I was in 3rd, and I couldn't quite believe it by that point. So by about mile 10, I was in 3rd place. The headwinds were tough, and then on the other parts that you weren't going to the headwinds, it was hot. So I was just trying to control again my pace and just not wanting to blow up. And then once I'd got onto mile 10, I thought 5k to go, fantastic. However, from mile 10 to mile 12, you then come back along sort of the front, leading back into the harbour, and the headwinds were really tough, and to the point that I was like battling with my head not to walk. I was like, come on, how much do you want this? I was literally focusing, that was my mindset, like, how much do you want this? Try and hold on to 3rd. I had no idea how far the other like 2 ladies that I'd passed were behind me, but that's all that I was focused on. By this point, I was then sort of overtaking some of the people that were in the 10k. So again, I saw some more of my Redway support. So that was, again, really good to uplift my mood. And then as soon as we got onto mile 12, it was just, in my head was just a mile left. Just give it whatever you've got left. And still managed to pull out another quick mile. By then the wind had gone. So yeah, it was an amazing feeling to cross that line and think, I'm 3rd. So yeah, a podium position and a beautiful, beautiful trophy. So my overall experience was great. The organisation was fantastic. They really look after you. There's free beer at the end, so the boys were really happy. Us girls, we brought along some Prosecco to celebrate with, and we just stayed for most of the afternoon, because there were so many age category prizes as well, that quite a few people from the club picked up stuff too. So that was just a wonderful experience. Then leading on from that, we had a couple of days of relaxation. So we did a recovery run on the Monday, we did a mid-long run on the Tuesday, then on Wednesday we did another track session, and that felt hard. I think it was down to, I don't think I was sleeping very well whilst I was out there, teamed with like extra food. We'd been drinking alcohol, and I haven't been drinking really since the start of the year, so I think my body was just in a, well, and as well from the half marathon effort. So I managed to do the session. We did 2 400s, 2 800s, 2 400s on the track, and it was good to be on the track, but it just felt harder than what it needed to be, a bit more laboured. Thursday and Friday back at home, straight back into work, and also rest days. I went to the gym on Thursday and did some strength work. I put some stuff on my Instagram story, so if you're on Instagram, give me a follow, as I put some stuff on there with my strength training. I went for a shakeout run this morning, and tomorrow is the Oakley 20, so hopefully I'll catch some footage of that and pop that at the end of this video. So all in all, hopefully, because I'm filming this on the Saturday for Oakley, another 2 good weeks of training, and I'm in quite a good mindset now with my London Marathon training. I think I pinned quite a lot on these 2 half marathons before London, so the next 2 weeks I've got 2 20s, and I think this is going to help me really grow my confidence towards what I could potentially achieve at the London Marathon in terms of time. So yeah, really happy with the last few weeks. I exceeded my expectations, although with the half I just got under 1 hour 32, so 1:31:48 or something, and I just think on a better day I could have done a bit better, maybe on a different course. It's got a mile long hill at one point. It's got the recovery downs, but just, it's not a PB, but that's fine for now, because that's not what we're going for. And I've also set myself a new target later on in the year for a half marathon PB. Waffling on now. So yeah, that's the plan over the next few weeks, is just focusing now on those 2 more big long runs, and then we get to taper. Woo! So yeah, looking forward to that. A lot of my clients are in marathon taper now for Manchester, and a lot of them did 5k efforts this morning at Park Run, and they all blitzed it. We got so many PBs this morning, it was fantastic. So it was testament to their hard work over the last few months that they then were able to get a 5k PB this morning. So reasoning behind that is that when you're training for a marathon, if you're sort of injury free and you're fit, you should be at sort of like the fitted stage in this cycle. To do a 5k effort, you can go and do it at a Park Run. If you get a PB, it's a fantastic confidence boost, and a 5k effort you should be able to recover from quite quickly. So it's always good to throw one in there, test your fitness levels, see where you're at, and also just a nice base. It's not a cherry on top yet, because that's the marathon, but it's just the icing underneath that cherry. So yeah, fantastic morning, and so proud of all my clients.